believes you don't know what's coming with his fighter, Mario Barrios. What do you think he's going to bring to the table, and what are you bringing to the table in this fight?
I mean, there's not a lot that I guess I haven't seen in the sport of boxing. A long amateur career, the amount of fights I've had, all the sparring I have. So I don't think he's quite right about that. But you kind of never really know until you're in the ring how sharp the person really is. I hear a couple things in his sparring and a couple things in his training, but you can't really go off of that. So for me, I'm just preparing myself, and I have as the best as I possibly can. And now when I step in that ring, I know myself will be 100%. So we just have to see when he's in there how he is. But I definitely don't think it's something I haven't seen.
Asking a fighter how they're feeling is kind of a generic question, but for you, it's kind of appropriate given what's happened over the last couple of years. Where are you at mentally, physically, coming into this fight?
Well, I think I could do a lot of talking and say, oh, I'm prepared the best I can. You could just look at me and just kind of see the shape I'm in and how I look, and kind of have your own opinion on it. I think that speaks enough. As, you know,
You have to go back a number of years, to when your dad was your head trainer for these fights. How has this camp been with your dad? Has it felt like kind of old times with him back in charge?
Yeah, it does feel like old times. There's been a couple moments where it just feels like, man, is it like swinging back to like 2020 throwback? You know what I mean? Mark Castro came by the gym. Everybody's coming by the gym. It just felt like, a little bit of a throwback. This song really spoke to me. It's called "Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord," and it just brought me back to when I was 8 years old. Just all the hard work that I've been putting in since coming from Victorville and everything, just kind of throwing everything back. So it feels good to be back with my dad, and technically we are undefeated, so together, and we're going to continue the streak.
You said winning a world title would be important for you, but you said it'd be even more important maybe for your dad. Why do you think that?
Well, I always see myself like when I feel fulfilled, it's when I'm walking that narrow path with God. So for this championship, I just feel like it's gonna make my dad's life. Something about this is gonna do something great for him in his heart. Of course, it means a lot for me, and I'm gonna hold it with honor and pride, and be the best champion I possibly can inside and outside the ring. And I think I'm ready now as a person and as a fighter to do that. So you're gonna see the start of a whole new rise. The King Ryan Empire, and yeah, I'm excited.
Got some history on the other side with Joe Goosen. Do you think that's more an advantage for Mario, or do you think it's an advantage for you?
Oh, it's definitely. I've said this before. I think it's an advantage for me. I definitely know how he's training. I know all those speed bag drills when you hit it up, down, up, down, and then the little bag work where you gotta go like this, all day long. So I know exactly how he's training, and I know how I could train even better because I've trained exactly how Joe, and I've done everything Joe has asked as well when I was in there. So, and Joe knows I'm a hell of a runner. I don't think there's any fighter that could run better than me, road work wise. So he knows I could push it, and I could be a mean motherfucker. And come Saturday night, I'm gonna be a mean motherfucker.
Woo! All right, go, Mario. You're the world champion here on this stage, but a lot of these things that are part of this promotion have felt like it's a very Ryan Garcia type of event. Have you felt that, and has any of that bothered you?
Nah, none of it has bothered me. I know I'm the champion for a reason. I know everything that I've been doing in the gym, everything I've been doing to prepare for this fight. I'm ready. I'm not a talker when it comes to all this, but every time I get in there, I fight. I leave it all in there, and that's exactly what I'm looking forward to this Saturday.
You brought Joe Goosen onto your team for a reason. Do you feel like you've gotten something out of that over these last couple of months? And what are going to be the differences in Mario Barrios on Saturday?
Yeah, no, working with Joe, he definitely, just like we just fine tuned everything. Offense, defense, things that I felt that I was missing in my last couple of performances, and we got plenty of work in the gym. We got plenty of rounds of sparring. I'm very happy with the way things went during this camp, and I really couldn't ask for much more. And yeah, like I'm just ready.
You said you didn't sign with Joe, work with Joe because of Ryan, but has his knowledge of Ryan been useful to you in this training camp?
I mean, I think how Joe said, I think just watching film on Ryan and his past couple of performances, we can see a lot of flaws in his game plan, and it didn't take somebody knowing him, personally, to I guess to have an edge over him. But like I said, I mean, everything that we have worked on, is for what pertains to his style, the way he fights, and I think we worked on everything that that I need to be successful.
You said in interviews that you want to test him. You want to make him ask questions in the ring. What does that look like?
Just making him uncomfortable. Just trying to exploit his weaknesses, and yeah, just every round, just making him uncomfortable.
All right, Ryan, I'll give you the last word. Do you think he can make you uncomfortable? Do you think he can make you ask questions in the ring?
No. I don't.
All right, Saturday night right here at T-Mobile Arena, live on DAZN Worldwide, welterweight title on the line. Mario Barrios defending his belt against Ryan Garcia. We're going to face these two men off.
Once again, challenger from Victorville, California, 24 victories, 20 wins by knockout, the former WBC silver and interim lightweight world champion, Ryan King Ry Garcia. And from San Antonio, Texas, with a record of 29 victories, 18 wins by KO, the reigning and defending Ring Magazine WBC welterweight champion of the world, Mario El Azteca Barrios.
Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain